right, folks, cut the tab, and here it is, the BORA purple Z Flip 4. I don't know what was going on, why my orders kept getting kicked back, but my Fold 4 isn't here either. Here is the first impressions of the Z Flip 4 so far. So I like now that it has a matte back. Not really a fan of the shiny sides. They pretty much reversed the phone itself. Before you had a glossy back and matte metal around it, brushed metal, and now the phone is a soft touch matte, and you've got this chrome sides or shiny sides around here. I originally wasn't going to go with this BORA purple. I actually had ordered a 256 gig blue. Samsung messed that up, so then I ordered a 128 blue. Samsung messed that up. Then I ordered a 256 gig purple like this. They messed that up, and so then I got this 128 gig purple, and it finally decided to ship. So you get a smaller hinge on here, so that's pretty nice. And looks like it's pretty much the same device with a bigger battery, and I'll be able to give you lots of content on this hopefully soon. But my first impressions are this. I pretty much I think the color is cool. I guess my battery's dead. Yep, there we go. So we'll see how this plays out, man. It feels like it's got a little bit more weight. And they pretty much stretched out the display on the Fold 4, but on this one, it appears to be like it's going to be the same. Flex mode is something that we all know is nice about these folding devices compared to others. You can pretty much put this in any orientation and you're going to be good to go. So let me get this set up, get my SIM card in here, and we'll start talking about it. Thank you guys for being patient for me not giving you any content on this, but now let's get it going. Now, I like to use Smart Switch when doing a transfer from Samsung devices. I think it's really simple. I normally would plug in, but I decided to go ahead and just do it wirelessly. It's fine. I have a lot of things on this device, but I don't have a lot that I'm going to transfer over. So I'm just going to get the basics, all my accounts, and I'm not going to transfer over text messages or anything like that. See, I have 30 gigs, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to pick the things that I want, and then we'll be right back. Now, while it's doing the transfer, you get to do some of these options on your device. So I'm going to go and do fingerprint. The fingerprint reader on here is extremely fast on the device. And now you get to place your finger on there and you can start doing the fingerprint reader. And I always do 2 fingers. I do the thumb and my index finger just to, depend on how I'm holding the device. I think you should always have at least 2 fingers on your device setup. You can add another one. I'm going to go ahead and add this one.
You can do this all while it's transferring your data, which is good.
I really wish more OEMs would start to put a physical fingerprint reader on. I just think it's best. So I always skip this because for some reason it wants me to do it. Say it again, and I don't feel comfortable saying all that all over again. I know it'll be fine. So now it's gonna go through this Samsung stuff, and then we'll get right back. Now, unfortunately, this is something that you have to agree to. It's telling you what you should and should not do with your device, and I just think that's a part of having a foldable right now. They're not very strong and not very durable like some companies say. But you do have some assurance that you'll be all right. All right, guys, here's a video sample in the office real quick. You do have 4K 30 and 4K 60. This is 30 because in 30 frames per second, you can adjust to the wide angle lens. Let's move around here. Take a look here. Go wide angle real quick. You can see. Really, really good footage. Let's go outside real quick. This is in the front yard right here. You can see how it's handling these trees. Really windy out here too. It's a good distance. All right, so here's a sample here. Out getting a picture of the sky, video of the sky, whatever. Really nice. You can hit that wide angle, go out a little bit. Looks really good. Pretty decent. Now the front camera also does 4K 60 and 4K 30. I've seen some people saying that the front camera doesn't do 4K 60. I don't know why they would say that, but it actually does. But this is just a quick look at the front camera here at 4K 30. So here is the rear camera with portrait video. I like that this has the cover display. I really miss the cover display. I think it was one of the best parts of owning this device. Some people sleep on these cameras, but I put these cameras up against anything right now, and you'll still get some of Samsung's best work. This is just phenomenal footage in my personal opinion. The Z Flip 3 had killer cameras. I put them up against some of the best, and they did great. So the Z Flip 4 coming along the same lines. This should be a pretty decent set of cameras. Now the phone does have the same modes as most Samsung phones. It's portrait video. This is that real pixelated background, which is really dope if you're into that. But it's a really good camera. It's got nice surround sound on the microphones when recording too. So tell me what you think about this. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to like a regular blur right here. This is like a regular blur for portrait video. And then my favorite is gonna be this one with the black and white joint. It's really nice. I love these cameras on here. And this is the front camera, by the way. And then the next one here is that really pixelated one from back in the day. Remember that, like a TV? All right, there it is. Portrait video is still on point. All right, guys, so yeah, this is the hotness right here. I've set up my facial recognition, so when I open it up, it just goes straight into the display. I don't have to worry about doing the fingerprint reader if I don't want to. So if the fingerprint reader misses, the display will pick it up, the front facing facial recognition. That's something that I had my Z Flip set up the same way. So I've been using this for a little bit. It's pretty nice. Got all the apps and everything synced over. It did have LinkedIn and Facebook, which is two things I don't use. Other than that, I transferred everything over, and I've been slowly going through, noticing things that I just don't use anymore, taking them off. But in the end, I think this is going to be a nice setup right here, man. I'm hoping that the battery life has greatly improved. Sometimes it doesn't take much to improve on a battery life on a device, but just a little bump. This one is super speedy, super fast. It looks really nice. I don't got my rag in here, but you know, the hardware, hold on. Hardware is good. This one compared to the 3, this one feels a little bit more weighty. And then also remember, you get the thinner, if you notice here, it's a lot thinner in this area. It's because they made a different hinge, but they just flattened out that hinge some more. So I think that's a huge plus. The cameras are fantastic, like I knew they would be. Some people are always indifferent about the cameras, but I'm telling you, these cameras are on point, man. So the good thing about this, having this kind of flip device, is you really can just, it's protected pretty much. The inner screen is protected, and all you need is a little thin case on the outside or whatever you want to put on the outside, and you're good to go. This has got to be one of the most compact devices and one of the most pleasing and satisfying devices that I've used. And I'm basically just saying that because of the Z Flip 3. The Z Flip 3 was one of my favorite devices, and I have no doubt that I'm gonna like this device too. Now they've made some enhancements on the cover display where you can just put more things up front. You can customize this however you want. I like the direct call, whatever. You can add more stuff here. You can add more widgets. It's just really nice, man. I really enjoy having a nice functional cover display. You can put apps up there. You can really change this up and get things done with it, man. I did miss having that cover display for video using the rear cameras. Really nice. This is just me feeling the same way I did about the Z Flip 3. The only difference is I think I'm going to probably get better battery out of this than the Z Flip 3. Now, remember I was doing the data transfer for this, right, from the Ultra to the Z Flip 4. And the Ultra only moved to 89%. It dropped 2%, pushing all that data over. And this went from 44% to 34%. So it was a little warm to the touch because, you know, it's working hard, downloading everything. It downloaded like 140 apps. It downloaded the things that I chose to put over. I didn't do any media or anything like that. The only thing that's on here now is things that I literally just recorded for this video. So, and there's 2 screenshots. But other than that, I think these cameras are still going to be on point like the Z Flip 3 was. And I think that everyone who's doubting getting into the flip game, I mean, I just think you're missing out. This is your way in if you want an affordable. This is the most affordable flip phone you can possibly get. And it was the same way with the Z Flip 3 that was worth getting and worth talking about. So I think that's on point. Now, the crease area that people talk about, after a while, you don't even notice it. It was the same thing on the Z Flip 3. I didn't really notice the crease in the device. People who are looking for it were looking for it. They weren't trying to find a way to navigate their device. They were flat out just looking for it. And if you continue to look for it, you will probably keep seeing it. So that's not even a question. But to me, this is your best option for getting into a flip device. I think this is the one. I like the camera modes on here. Like when you flip it up like this, you get the options for the cameras. You get everything down here. It's really nice. On photo mode, you see how it fills up the entire display right there? I think that is really nice. And you can kind of see there, if I tilt it a little bit, you can see how it looks. Get a little picture. It's a full screen, nice upgraded look here. I just think it's the hotness, man. It's really nice. This is a good look right here. When you're doing video, it goes to this mode right here. You can turn on the cover display back there. I really enjoyed having that cover display right there. That is just beast mode. The cover display is nice, not only for video or whatever of yourself, but the people watching, or you taking photo or video of somebody, they can see what you see. The cover display is one of the beast mode functionalities of this device. Do not sleep on it. So I'm getting pretty much, folks, the same experience that I got with my Z Flip 3. If I'm being honest, this just has a different processor and a bigger battery, a different hinge, and I'm hoping that that battery and that hinge and that processor do me some justice. Now, you still have all the famous things in here: portrait video, director's view, hyperlapse, slow motion, super slow motion, all the things that you want to get in here. They are all here still. So I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Like not having a telephoto lens could be an issue for some people, but for me, I had to brush it off. It's not an issue for me not having a telephoto lens. Would it be nice? Of course. Anybody would want a telephoto lens on a device that costs $1,000. So it's up to you to determine what you want to do with your money. But here's the gap that's in here now. It looks about the same to me as a Z Flip 3, but I'm sure it's a difference. Obviously, I sold my Z Flip 3 a while ago, but I couldn't wait to get this. I was ready, and I'm ready to get the Razor as well. It's just that you have to import it right now, and I'm thinking about doing it once the price drops a little bit, but we'll see what I can get into. Anyway, it's your man Jay, the Z Flip 4, man. What do you think, man? Do you think this is a worthy replacement to your Z Flip 3? I say, if you want more battery, if you want the new processor, then go for it. You can also get all these bespoke colors now. So shout out to people who grab a bespoke color. I see Mims and also My Project 13, and then also Versatile. There's some of the people off the top of my head that I'm thinking about that got the bespoke versions. There's so many now. You hitting with it. You're doing good. So anyway, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. First impressions are, I'm impressed. I'll bring you lots of content on this. I got tons of cases, so get ready to get flooded with case videos from your man Jay, and we're gonna keep this train going. So I hope you enjoyed my first impressions. Again, I know it's been a long time since the phone just released, but for me, normally I get stuff on day one, and for some reason it just didn't come. So that's what it is. But I'm here now. I'm gonna start enjoying this bad boy, and I'll definitely focus on the battery, because that is the change. The battery is the change, and I'm gonna use this right alongside my other device, my Ultra and my Pixel. These are my current 3 devices that I'm using, all with SIM cards. But this is the one that's going to get a lot of work because of the phone calls that come in on this number. So 6.7-inch display. I didn't really go over too many specs or whatever, but 6.7-inch display like last time, 1080 by 2460. And let's make sure my display is up to 120 hertz, because that's one of the main things, man. Having it up to the strongest point. I like it on Vivid. Yup. And then where's my, here we go. Yeah, boom, it's up on 120 hertz. So I don't use phones at the lowest or whatever. I'm getting ready to use it for what it is, and I want all that I can get from it since you paid a premium price for it. So right out the rip, if you don't have the Z Flip 3, I would say if you have one of the older flips from Samsung, this is a nice upgrade for you. If you don't want to spend this, see if you can find a renewed Z Flip 3 or just a new Z Flip 3 at least 500 or less, and you getting the same thing, just different battery, different processor. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. First impressions down, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.